All right, folks, so we're back in the balance playbook, and we're going no face cam today because I'm still not feeling too hot. But we're going to be talking about single back bunch and pistol bunch today in our video. And single back bunch is one of my favorite formations in this game. Pistol bunch has some really good stuff as well. I like to set modables just like this for these two formations: stick, halfback ace power, clear out SC option, and Y trail. And then for pistol bunch, I like to go corner strike, halfback dive, four verticals, PA pin deep, and we can audible over from our main formation, which is going to be single back tight flex, to either one of these bunch formations. It's one click over for the single back bunch, one click to the left, and then to get to the pistol bunch, it's just a few clicks to the right. And we can get into whatever one of these plays we like. Really quick audible, just like that, and you can set up the plays however you want. We're going to talk about the run plays now, just real briefly, but there are a couple really good ones. All right, so we have this halfback ace power, and this is one of my favorite runs in this game. Just because of how the blocking sets up, you can take this to the left or to the right. If you can get it to the outside, a lot of the time you're going to bust this for a huge gain. As you guys can see right there, we're able to pick up about 20 or 30 yards because Derrick Henry is an absolute monster. But you do have the ability to flip this to the right if you want to. And a lot of the times you'll get better blocks on the bunch side because there are more receivers. You can use motion to motion any of these guys over if you would like. Right here, we can motion Taysom Hill over and put him on the line of scrimmage, and we can still flip the run either way if we want to. Cut it up the middle this time, pick up about 10 yards. Really nice run in that halfback ace power. Next, we have a draw. Nothing too fancy. I like this run against more zone style defenses, but it is pretty consistent. A lot of the times, these guys will drop back just like that, and you'll get big running lanes, just like we did right there. This is one of those things where if they have their line pinched, it's a little bit harder to run this, and you have to take it to the outside a little bit. But I do like this run quite a bit. It's not something you're going to call a ton because it will get blown up eventually. If anybody has a good user and they see this coming, you're going to be hitting the backfield most of the time. But the blocks do set up really nice downfield. Again, you can flip this either way if you want to. It's really a lot better to the right side of the field, as you guys can see right here. But draw is a nice play to have in your arsenal. So I'm not going to talk about the dive because the dive is in our pistol bunch audibles, and it's just a dive. It's nothing too crazy. But one thing I do want to talk about, which is really nice on the red zone, is the single back bunch end around. And this end around is really nice if you just need to pick up just a few yards, especially like on the goal line. This is a really nice play. It's actually really good this year. Surprisingly, end arounds have been not too great in years past, but this year it's a little bit different. If you need to pick up just a couple yards, get around the edge real quick, this can be really nice to do so. Now, I know we're not picking up a lot of yards downfield, and a lot of the time you won't, but if you just need like 1 or 2 yards and you're trying to get into the end zone, this is a really nice play for it. The more we run it, the more the defense is going to read and react to it. Kind of just is how it is in this game. As you guys are seeing, they're reading it pretty much every single time. But we are able to pick up about 3 yards, and if you're down inside the 5, that's really about all you need. Lastly, we have the halfback slash fake end around. It's not anything too crazy. You can run it if you want to. It's nice to pick up just a couple yards. It's like a dive. More window dressing than anything. It's not a crazy play. I wouldn't run this too often, but the blocks do set up okay. You're just taking one of your blockers away if you would have ran the regular power or the regular dive. So unless you're really trying to catch the user off guard, I really wouldn't recommend running this too much, but it is there if you do want to use it. Getting into our passing plays, and the very first one I'm going to talk about is Seattle, which is basically verticals. Um, Against really any kind of defense, this is a great call. It's one of those things where it's just good every single year. A lot of people like to put their running back on a streak, just like that, and you can always throw this to the outside real quick. If there's nobody in the flat, you can throw the crosser real quick over the middle if there is nobody defending it. And then, of course, this tight end route, the wheel route to the tight end, is just really good. Now, if you do have time, against a cover 3, you can put this guy on a comeback. And a lot of the time that crosser will get over the top of a cover 3 style defense. This is a cover 4 right here, so I don't expect that to happen. Yeah, it didn't happen right there. It didn't get pulled down, but that is a one-play touchdown a lot of the time. There's a lot of different ways you can run verticals. Some people like to do something like this, motion their running back out, and either put this guy on like a drag, an in route, or an out route. Like I said, a lot of different things you can do. There's a nice little window. You can hit that crosser in most of the time right there as well. Verticals, it's a play call that everybody's, I'm sure, run 1,000 times. So you guys don't need too much practice on how to run verticals. It's really just about reading the user and making the correct read. All right, let's get into why we're all here. That's because of the passing plays. And this play stick is one of my absolute favorites. Now, against any kind of zone defense, I like to run this to the short side of the field. So we're going to make sure that we have the ball on the right hash right here instead of flipping the play. But what I like to do, in most situations, I will just streak this slot receiver right here and put my running back on a wheel route. Now, what you want to do with this solo side receiver is up to you. You can put him on an out route, a zig route, or you can leave him on an in route or that slant. Really up to you. That slant does come in handy sometimes for a nice little quick read just like that if you just need a couple yards. But the main thing we're looking for right here is this corner route, the S corner from Darius Hayward-Bay. This is a really, really good route. It gets underneath almost every zone, and you're going to be able to throw it right there for about 10 to 15 yards every single time. Really cool thing about this, though, is that you can smart route it and make it run a little bit deeper if you do need it to run a little bit deeper. You can also make it run shallower if you need to run shallower on like a 4th and 2, 4th and 3, something like that. It will break at the sticks. This is one of the best plays in the game. I really, really like this play, especially in the red zone. But one unique thing we can do with this right here is put Tyreek Hill on a corner route. We have that double corner route kind of combo right there, and this is really, really, really good against zone coverage. As you guys can see, we're able to rack it upfield for a massive gain. Now, this is only if you have Hot Route Master or a slot apprentice in Tyreek Hill like I do right here, but this is one of the best route combos in the game. That double corner route combo shreds pretty much any zone coverage, and it's really, really consistent. One thing I really do like about this is down on the goal line. We're going to show you guys this just real quickly. That you can smart out this, and it runs to pretty much the corner of the end zone almost every time. So just like that. And if you need to, you can actually block your tight end and try to roll out and hit this guy in the corner of the end zone. Just like that. Bada boom, bada bing. It almost smart routes it to the pylon no matter where you're at. As you guys can see, he's running right to the pylon right there. And again, if you need to, you can still do the corner route thing right here, honestly, if you want to, and it works out pretty well to pull that deep zone away. As you guys can see, he's even more wide open. One of the best route combos in the game as far as the red zone goes. You don't really have to roll out, but if you want to, you can. As you guys see, it's wide open, a little toe tap, and that is a touchdown every single time. So this route combo is nasty no matter where you're at on the field, but I really, really like this, especially on the goal line. You guys see right there, I didn't smart route it, and that's why he ran so funny. So the important part is to smart route it, so he runs right to the goal line, still use that corner route on the slot apprentice, and we're able to hit this in the back of the end zone for a touchdown 9 times out of 10. So this play wide trail is one of those things that's really good against man coverage, but not so great against zone. I like to set it up just like this against any kind of man coverage. And really what you're looking for is this crosser or the angle route from the tight end. Now, it kind of runs weird. They run really, like they bump into each other a lot of the time, which is a little unfortunate. But this post route from Tyreek is really nice. That's the spacing that you really want. You don't always get it just like that, though, especially when there's press animations involved. So this is a really nice play. I really only like to run it against man coverage, but it can be good against zone too, as you guys see right there. We did get it knocked out because of the KO on Troy Polamalu that I've been talking about is the best KO in the game. But you guys see that this is getting wide open against man coverage literally every single time. Both that tight end angle route and that post from Tyreek are nice. If you want to, you can do something like this. Instead of leaving that guy on that kind of fade route, you can motion over, have a nice little motion slant there, and you guys see that fries its man coverage as well. We've had a bad pass lead there, and it got intercepted, but that's not something that's going to happen too often. There's a lot of different ways to set this play up, but it's a really nice one against man coverage. So the play tight end angle is another good one against man coverage. The reads are pretty simple here. It's between the two out routes that you can throw against man coverage pretty much every single time, unless they're shaded underneath. The out route on the left is also going to be open. You have the drag underneath, and then of course you have the tight end angle route, which is almost always going to be its man coverage. It's a really nice quick snap play. You can add in a running back wheel if you want to as well, and you should be in the money against man coverage. Make a read, and you should be good. Against zone, it's really not too bad either, especially like cover 4 style zone. I like it because you can throw these out routes almost every single time, and they run right about at the first down marker, about 10 yards deep. And the Hayward Bay one, the one on the right side, runs like 2 yards deeper, but it's a nice little throw every single time. And right there, we kind of just threw a bad little ball. Sometimes, even with set feet lead, it floats, and I really don't understand why. But I like to wheel my running back here. Again, same kind of setup against man or zone. We have the out route, we had the running back wheel, and then we had the tight end angle route over the middle, and the drag is a check down if nothing else is open. So nice little quick snap play. Again, we throw the drag right here, and we're able to rack it upfield for about 10 to 15 yards. Nice little play set up. Really nice quick snap play. Definitely something that you can throw in there from time to time. Now getting to one of my favorite plays in this entire formation, clear out SC option. Now I'm going to show you guys against cover 2 because we're going to do something a little bit different against cover 2 right here. And the main reason that we're going to do that is because of this fade route from Hayward Bay. I like to motion this out. And as long as you don't get pressed by this outside corner, which we're not gonna, you're gonna have something open, whether it's the middle or it's the right side of the field. Something's gonna be wide open just because of how that fade route runs to the outside. So basically all you do is put the slot receiver on a streak and you should be good. You can throw this just like that to the outside, or you can again pass lead the streak to the inside. Completely up to you on how you want to do that, but again, it is a very, very makeable throw either way. Now, if you don't motion him out, it's not going to be the same. You definitely want to motion him out if you're going to try to make that throw. If you don't, it's going to be a real tight throw on that sideline trying to fit that fade route in. It is possible, but again, we get intercepted right there because we don't motion him out. So something I did want to note, specifically against cover 2, this is still a really good play, but I'm going to show you guys what this looks like against some other coverages as well. So I love this play against the cover 4. And what I like to do is put my slot receiver on a streak and then my running back on a wheel route. And the reason I put not on a streak, sorry, on a corner route, if you do have that slot apprentice right there, and that fade's going to run off both of those deep zones on that right side and allow you to throw that corner route in behind it. Most of the time, now that got knocked out from a KO right there, but if you wait a little bit longer, you can make that throw and it won't get knocked out. Unfortunately, Randy Moss with that KO was kind of nasty right there. But another thing I want to talk about in this play is this post route over the middle. It is such a good post. If you can fit it in that little window right there, you are going to be in the money. The C route is also really, really good. This is one of the better plays in this entire playbook for beating zone coverage. The C route right there is a nice throw that you're going to be able to make consistently. It's the same C route that you see in plays like double post that you guys see pros using consistently. This is one of the better plays in the game. And it's honestly because of the C route and the post route. But there's a lot of different things you can do behind it. If you want to, you can put Tyreek on a post as well and then motion him over, or you can put him on a slant and motion him over, and then you have a nice little route combo over the middle. And it's going to make it really hard for the user to decide what he's going to do. As you guys see, that C route is going to be open against literally every single coverage, including double Mabel. It just gets in a perfect spot in the middle of it, so you are good. Now, if you do run this against any kind of zone coverage, this guy runs like an out route and then sits. If you run it against man coverage, he runs an out route and then goes to the sideline. Sometimes he will just sit. It really just depends on what kind of coverage you are facing. So that is going to be a tough throw right there if you keep him on that route. Just know that he might do different things depending. But I really like this route combo, especially against zone coverage. A little motion over slant, and then you have a high-low over the middle between the slant and the post route, and then you can do whatever you want with the rest of the play. But really nice play design right here, as you guys see. That post gets in the soft spot of any kind of zone coverage. We have the C route, we have the running back wheel route out of the backfield, and then of course we have the corner route if we do decide to go with that setup. This is a really nice play, guys, one of the best in the game, and that's going to do it for single back bunch. So let's move over to the pistol formation. So very similar formations. We have one different run, which is the halfback counter. I don't think it's too great. So I'm not going to go over it too much right here. Counters in this game just get blown up in the backfield a lot of the time. As you guys see, even with Derrick Henry, we got blown up right there. I don't love counters in this game, so I'm not going to try to run this a ton. If you want to try it, you can, but I don't love it as a run. That's why I leave the dive and the audibles instead. Scrolling through these plays, you're going to see a lot of them are very familiar. We have 4 verticals, which, of course, you know, in bunch is in every single bunch formation. We have tight end angle, which is the exact same play that we see in single back bunch. We have corner strike, which is a unique one that's going to be in our audibles. We have PA deep pin. We have a halfback slip screen, and we have flanker drive. This PA pin deep, though, is one of my favorite plays in this formation, and I'm going to show you guys why right here. I like to set it up just like this. So we're going to wheel our running back, and the running back wheel is going to be a consistent thing in these bunch formations. It's something I love doing. But against the cover 2, this play is awesome. And basically, you just want to make sure you wait for this pin route over the middle, and it actually got knocked out right there by the KO. But the longer you wait, the more consistent you're going to be able to throw this in the middle of the field. Excuse me right there, guys. We have a little out route as well. If you guys do want to throw it, you have a nice little check down. But that pin route is so good. It's basically a post. It's very similar to the play double post, and that is the most popular play in the game. Like I said, if you can wait, you have it over the middle, it's going to be a one-play touchdown as long as you can make one person miss in open field. And in this game, you're always going to be able to make one person miss in open field. This play is awesome right here as long as you have time to throw it. Now, practice mode sheds are a little bit insane, and any kind of movement in the pocket is going to lead to a sack. So we kind of just have to stand still right here, make something happen. You guys saw that we were able to get that throw off the first time, but practice mode is just disgusting. I even put my backups in just so this wouldn't happen. But this throw is very doable, as you guys can see right there. No knockout, easy one-play touchdown against a cover 2. Now, against a cover 3 or cover 4, there is a sweet spot to throw this post behind it. And I was canceling the play action before. You don't have to, but you can. As you guys see, as long as you have the streak to clear out any kind of deep zones in the middle of the field, you're going to be able to hit that post behind it in really any kind of defense. With the cover 2, it's going to be a one-play touchdown. With the cover 3 or 4, it's not. But even deep in zone KO isn't lighting up right there because they just don't have enough space to actually light up and get the knockout. It's a pretty open route, honestly. As you guys see, we're able to make the possession catch right there, and we are good for about 30 to 40 yards on this play. You can, again, cancel the play action, leave the play action. I actually like to put my running back on a streak and motion him out a lot of the time right here, and then I like to drag this guy underneath. This is one of my favorite setups for this play, and the reason for that is when I have that route combo, I can hit that right there. Now, I did step over the line of scrimmage right there, but in game, obviously, you try not to do that. But that comeback route is really nice as well. So a lot of different ways you can set this up. If you want to put this guy on a crosser, you can. This guy on a crosser, you can, and set it up like this. That way we have a lot of different things to work with. Of course, we're getting sacked, but it kind of just is how it is right there. This is a really good play, guys. It's something that you need to be using if you are running this playbook because of how versatile it is against both man and zone coverage. I've showed you guys zone. Let's see what it does to man. So this post route is just kind of crazy against man coverage. You guys are going to see right here. It fries it. It really does. As long as you have the pass lead down, you are good. Now, that's a deep half right there that is playing that. The way you can avoid that is, well, there are a couple different ways, but the easiest way is to motion out one of these guys right here, and I like to put either a post or a slant in behind it, and then you can do something like this for a route combo. This looks really similar to tight end attack, which, as you guys know, one of the better plays in the game at beating man coverage. As you guys see, A lot of different things we can do right there, but we are able to take that in for a one-play touchdown. This is one of the better posts in the game. Doesn't matter who is guarding them. You're going to be good. You're going to be good on that post route over the middle of the field. It's going to be an easy one-play score against really anything unless they user it, which is one of the main reasons this formation is one of the best in the game because of and we're just going to make a play right here and go down because of the ability to beat both man and zone. So that's enough for PA pin deep, but you guys see how good it is. Let's get into my next favorite play out of this formation. So let's talk about the play corner strike. And against really any kind of zone coverage, this is going to be money. So there's a lot of different things you can do here. Again, you can motion either one of these guys out to clear out any kind of deep zones. Give you more of like a trips tight end style look right there. But this runs really sharp to the sideline, and it's going to beat both man and zone coverage. So if they man it up, it doesn't matter. If they zone it out, it doesn't matter. But one really cool thing about this is how shallow it runs. We're going to be able to set up this double corner route combo, and we're going to be good against any kind of zone. As you guys can see, double corner route combo fries any kind of deep zones. That's why I like to have a slot apprentice in this offense for this specific setup because it's so good. As you guys see, wide open every single time. And that's going to be against cover 2, 3, or 4. It's really, really hard to defend this route combo. Another thing about this, we have the C route. These C routes are so good at getting underneath zone coverages. Again, we talked about it with another play out of this formation. And again, we have the same little C route right here. So again, throw it on the sideline, you're going to be good every single time. With the double corner route combo, this is one of the most deadly plays in the game, and you can quick snap it just like this. Bada boom, bada bing. Everything's open. They can't get their adjustments off, and you are going to be in the end zone very, very quickly when you mix this up with this. This is just a nasty, nasty formation. Now, again, we still have our single back bunch. We have our 4 verticals out of this. There's just so much you can do out of this entire playbook. And then when we go to our double Mabel beating formation, which is the single back tight flex, run our PA draw cross. There's really not much the opponents can do. We're going to be frying everything they try to run here. We throw a pick, but it really doesn't matter. We are going to be in the money with this playbook. There is one more thing I want to talk about just briefly before we get out of here, but you guys see how versatile this offense is. Now this corner strike route is going to fry man coverage. It's really, really good. But this C route also does as well. You set the time it right, and you're going to be able to throw that C route in that little pocket right there. The one thing is that you want to make sure that there's nobody else in the area because it can get picked off pretty easily. These C routes are so good at beating man coverage off the break. Now, they don't get consistent separation other than that, but off the break, right there, you guys can see it's a pretty tight throw, but that's only because the guy manned up to the running back is running over there, and Gronkowski, that's why I like to set it up like this instead. And nice pass lead. We're going to be able to take that all the way for 6 almost every time against any kind of press or off-man coverage. Next thing I want to talk about is that this corner route fries as long as you can pass lead it the right way. So when you start running all this stuff and killing zone coverage, they're probably going to go to man, and then you have these plays that just fry man coverage. As long as you can pass lead them right, you're going to be good against both man or zone. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you slam that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time we put another video out just like this. This balanced offensive playbook is incredible. We still have a whole lot more to go with this playbook, so stay tuned. As always, it's your boy Killer Cam Friend. Until next time. Peace.